But then people kept asking and asking, can I get it? How do I get it? What do I do with it? So I researched and I found a way to grind the praline into this powder.
Do that one more time. I'm going to get a little
sure.
shot as you're pulling it.
So it's this, now that's the praline, and it's been powdered. And you can see we still get a little bit of chunk in there, but this is the best we can do without melting it. And so
That's my favorite part right there.
now it makes a much smoother hot chocolate too. It's much easier to, we're planning on putting some of this in pouches too, if I can get through the orb making. But, you know, all you really have to do is heat the pan.
And then I'm going to do this. We're going to get a nice clean. And then we're going to fill her up with marshmallows, because that's the really fun part. And heat this part. And then, ooh. And there you go. Yes.
And then you have the grail of hot chocolate.
And it's done just like that. That's
Just like that. It's actually not as difficult as you would think when you're a pro. No, I'm just kidding. So this is 6 years in the making of figuring out how to actually powder it and be able to send it out the door with customers. And this really fun way, you know, it was a shorter R&D period than I anticipated, but it worked out pretty quickly and pretty nicely, and people have been just ecstatic about it. And I am also making a nut-free version. So, you know, we like to be able to serve everybody. What we make here in the store does have the nut allergen, but we will have bombs going out that have nut-free.
I love it. And the wide you're getting orders?
This is true. Yeah, we've already started shipping all over the place. We've had to have some conversations about possibly limiting the number you can order in one go, but if you need more, then you know what? Right now is such a tense time. You know, COVID, election season. People need, I think, just some joy and fun. It's delicious, it's comfort food, and it's fun. And a lot of people are getting them to give as gifts, which is the same thing, right? You want to extend that joy to others. We all want to make each other feel happy. And that's what this is. It's a little happiness in a cup. We're making magic up in here.
You know what?
That's right. Take me away. That's what these do. Not very long. The trick is you want your milk to be really hot. You don't want to boil your milk because that's gross. It'll taste scalded. But you want to get it just almost to that point. And then preferably you're pouring from something with a spout, like a measuring cup. And if you keep it kind of in one spot, that the shell will disintegrate a lot faster. And what happens is it kind of, once it has that hole, it kind of ends up floating to the bottom of your cup.
Yeah, I'm buying one, so yeah.
And then it releases, and you'll see the marshmallows pop up. And then you give it a really vigorous stir, and you have a delicious treat.
So since you've been doing the condensed milk,
I am lactose intolerant, so I use oat milk, and it's delicious and it's wonderful. But when we make it here in the store, we do use whole milk. When you make it in a big batch, so not really with the bomb, I do use whole milk and some sweetened condensed milk because it adds that thickness and that creaminess. What we make is a more traditional European drinking chocolate. So this is not your thin powdered packet of hot chocolate that you mix with water. You don't want to do that because you want that really rich, thick experience. And so yes, this is 100% French recipe, European style drinking chocolate. So you get, you know, we don't put any preservatives in it. This is almost straight from the beans. And then with the nut butters that we use in our praline, it's the same thing. We don't add any preservatives. There's no additional sugar. So instead of getting overpowered by sweetness, because it is very rich, but it's very rich. So it's decadent, it's creamy, it's literal comfort in a cup. Yes. I'm guessing it's going to be in the thousands. I don't think I have the capacity to do into the 10,000s, but that would be exciting. We've already sold several hundred, at least if we haven't already sold over 1,000. I'm not sure. I just keep churning them out, and they keep hollering at me, we need more, we need more. So,
And shipment.
yeah, so far, anywhere you can ship them, we're shipping them.
We got asked today about Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, that's what's next, I guess.
End to end.
From beginning to end, from the time that I make the shell, which I can't even tell you the math, but I did figure out that I can make the entire shell for 30 in about 24 minutes. So then I have the shell. It takes under a minute to fill. Decorating time is a little bit more laborious, but I've got some trusty minions back there helping with that.
Hi, Wendy.
Around, yeah, exactly. Shout out Wendy and Kaylee. Right before Halloween, I was decorating. So we had to just switch to the magic orb look, which was meant to make it look like a Christmas tree ornament. That's how we started with that idea. But then we were like, they just look magical, so let's call them that, you know.
And that's how we get.
For doing some others, we've been experimenting with peppermint. I haven't had the opportunity to get beyond our base flavors because they're selling so quickly. So if we don't get to that this year, then next year I anticipate we'll have a wider flavor variety.
You know we got. How much are they running?
They are $4.95 a piece. So I think that's pretty reasonable based on where I'm seeing other prices fall. And you know, in our particular area, it's very important and has always been very important to me that we stay priced affordably. So how little can we sell them for? Because you know that this is going to be something that delights children, and I don't want anyone ever walking out of here empty-handed. So, and it's what you just hit on there. It's a great way to spend a little fun time as a family. It's a nice treat. It's a nice dessert. It's a science experiment, and it's just a moment to share together, which we're all in desperate need of right now. A moment of joy to share together with the people that you love.
Elizabeth, my heart. Oh.
And then we're just gonna do it again. We get a little warm shell for that clean edge. This is a French chocolate powder that's been sweetened, so it's not just your traditional hot chocolate. And we're gonna fill this up with some peppermint. Would you like some marshmallows or no marshmallows?
Of course.
Oh, there you go with those undershots. No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta go for all the angles. You know me.
And there.
This is the best thing.
Well, it's not that, I find. Easy. Like, got a message from Catherine. No.
And it's not 5 in the morning.
No.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily advise feeling the fireball to the gate.
That's a little too fast, is what I would say.
That is just mesmerizing.
And then, oh, here comes some marshmallows. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
This one's slower because the
Yeah.
other one started to flow fast.
Wonder if I could get Pop Rocks in one of
It goes in the cocoa.
Sweet
It almost
drizzle.
looks like some peppermint.
Oh my gosh, stunning.
Yes.
When people come in the store and ask, well, it's me. Well, you should spill some.
I know you're gonna. I feel like you guys have done this before.
Which I,
You did all kinds of.
Who says romance is dead?
Not here at the chocolate caper.
No, no. Oh,
You want me to kiss you and everything?
I know.
And if you keep that stuff, it's still good.
I'm surprised at just how fast and how strong the response from the community has been to support us just as a local business. Just about a week, not even.
The power of social media.
Just people coming in from all over the place, from Sun Prairie and from Evansville and from Madison, and just coming in to get them. So,
What do you?
but the request from Costa Rica was fascinating. Yeah, someone's going to come in to talk to me about that later. So hopefully it's interesting because it's kind of the chocolate going back to where it came from. Some of the beans in our chocolates come from Costa Rica. So now we're sending it back just in a different form.
I love it. That is perfect. I will add that in. I'll make.
And I have it on good authority. We are what he's missing about Oregon.
Oh, I have no doubt. Getting to come over here.
Oh, look, he's so excited. Do you hear him? It exploded.
Lily's just like, whatever.
I know.
Well, that looks like I'm blocking you out so I can see it. Now we'll get all the comments. That guy's such a jerk.
Ooh. This voice. Ah.
You guys are working hard over here, making them so gorgeous.
Oh, well, let's get one that's got a nicer.
Oh, this one's beautiful. What are you talking about? This is
Smooth around.
I will say, even with the challenging part about this is not getting fingerprints. I'm wearing gloves, but you get little fingerprints.
Last
Doing
weekend
this
was a
part,
machine.
I think they look terrible, and Wendy fixed it.
Thank you.
The white ones take a little bit longer because that white chocolate just shows up every little imperfection, so you really have to make sure you get
Okay. You really, it's just a matter of getting the touch for it because you press too hard and you get brush marks, but you get just right and you can kind of buff that nice color into it. And they just look like these giant pearls. And especially when you've got the different colors sitting there together, it's just, it's pretty magical.
That's what it is. These.
And if you really wanted to geek out, I was calling them Horta eggs because I'm a Star Trek fan, and
Horta eggs. I love it.
you'll have to look that reference up.
how to press the buttons.
Yes.
Yeah, today seems to be a
All right, Wendy, the hardest question, W-I-N-D-I or Y? I think it was I.
Hi. Yeah, you're
Last
good.
name. Give me your last name one more time. I'm so sorry.
Fourdrain.
That's right. And spell it for me, too.
Fourdraine.
With an E. Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
For the reference to see if that scared her off. I tried to scare her off with that.
Try though you may.
Hey, there's a good
Students here possess. They won't sink in the water. Which I don't like because that's not proper for solvents.
They're witches.
Yeah, Catherine just had a really good idea.
Uh-oh.
We could make them as eggs for Easter.
Yeah.
Mm.
The main challenge in making these magic drinking chocolates, well, that's in buffing the bombs, because each one has to be buffed to perfection.
Perfect.